Hello there, Lydia here from Richie Heights, and I have a special guest today. Somebody that, for real, is so inspiring on absolutely is spearheading and really when you're talking about leading by example of manifesting your life, this woman is the lady to talk to. Martha Banks Hall. She is the founder of Vision Words, and she has an incredible story for us, which I'm so excited to have her share and for me to also hear it, because it's a beautiful story about how to manifest and manifestation at its purest form. So how you doing, Martha? How's it
I'm
going?
great. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming on. I sure appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
Absolutely. I am truly just looking so forward to sharing this story. Martha briefly mentioned to me on how she manifested $20,000 and how I'm sure that set her and led her to her journey to Vision Words. And I am so excited to share this story because I'm all about manifesting your life, all about being able to really bringing your thoughts and your beliefs into fruition. And that's why positive thinking is so important. And,
Yeah.
a lot of people may not believe it. They may believe it's like some magic trick or like, yeah, right, like it's a smoky mirror. So it's hard to actually manifest when you don't see it. So Martha's here to tell us that it's real. It's real. If you set your mind to it and you put your intention, it's real. So please, Martha, tell us that great story.
Well, it was back in 2015, and I was behind on some bills, and the first of the month was coming up. And so what I did, I wrote down a list of everything that I needed to pay, and everything that I wanted to do. The holidays were coming up, and so I had a long list, and you've all probably seen the movie The Secret. At the bottom of that list, I wrote, "I will attract $10,000." 10. And I wrote it down. I wrote my list of everything, and then I pretty much put it away. I wasn't focused so much on the $10,000. I was more focused on, money for the rent and like different bills. And what I did, I started, when you need money, you try different things. You might ask a family member, might look into, a savings account, 401k. Everything that I was trying was not working out. And so I started looking around my house, and I have a mug collection. I collect souvenir mugs from all different cities. I've got over 100. And I thought to myself, well, they're just sitting there. They've been there for years, since 1994. And I thought, I've seen people sell them on eBay. Maybe if I, find out how much they can go for, maybe I could sell my whole collection for $2,000. So I start doing research. I had never cataloged which cities I have, which cities I don't have, but I started researching, started finding collectible, discussion groups and communities where people talk about, these mugs that they collect, and came to find out that I had a rare mug. And I had no idea that this mug was so rare. There are only 9 of them in the world. And I had one of them. And when I put it out there into these discussion groups that I had this mug, people started making me offers. I sold the mug to someone across the world, not even in our country, in another country, for $20,000.
Wow.
And that was just 2 weeks after I wrote down, I will attract $10,000. So a couple of lessons there, right? Writing
Yeah.
with intention is powerful. Inspired action is powerful because, I took the inspired action to actually look up how much these mugs were worth, look up, can I sell a couple here or there on eBay? But if I hadn't have taken the action to research them, the mug would still be on my shelf.
Right,
And
right.
so when that happened, it was a big, manifesting $20,000 in 2 weeks. It was just such a
Huge.
rush over me. And it made me realize, it just opened my eyes. It made me realize that I've been doing this all my life. I moved to New York City in 2005, and I'm originally from San Francisco. I moved to New York with no friends, no family, no job. I wrote down, again, writing down, I wrote down that I would move in August, and I would 1 month find a job, and the following month find an apartment. And that's exactly how it happened. Job paying what I wanted. And after that,
Wow.
I manifested my husband. I
Wow.
wrote down 10 things I wanted in a man on a sticky note, coincidentally. And 2 years later, I found that sticky note, and it was at the time that I was dating my now husband, and he had every single thing on the list. It was like I opened up a catalog. It was like him, but I
Yeah.
didn't. I wrote it down 2 years prior, and then even down to my children, I wrote down. I'm all about writing things down. I'm all about lists and spreadsheets, and these things work. Let me tell you. I wrote down the month that I wanted to give birth, and I said baby number 1 in March and baby number 2 in October. And my daughter's birthday is March 8th, which is coming up, and my husband's birthday is November 7th, which it's only 7 days away from October, so I still
Yeah,
look at that as a manifestation because that's pretty darn close to the
absolutely.
month that I wanted her born. So after the mug manifestation happened, I thought, I've been doing this all my life. All of these different, things, pretty big things, manifested. And I thought, what if I got really intentional? What if I got really purposeful in manifesting what I wanted? I started watching all kinds of YouTube videos, anything I could find on the law of attraction and manifesting. And I came across this video about a Japanese scientist named Dr. Emoto. He did a water experiment where he had jars of water and he wanted to see what would happen to the water if he put intention towards the water. So he put intention towards the water, but he also taped words onto the jars to give that intention of each word onto the water. And one said peace, love, gratitude. Others said evil, I hate you, I'll kill you. What he did after putting intention towards the water and these words is that he got a drop of water from each jar and he froze it, and he took a photograph of it and enlarged the photograph. And the ones that said peace, love, gratitude, they were these beautiful prisms, looked like gorgeous snowflakes. The ones that said evil, I hate you, I'll kill you, were these blobs, corroded, just chaotic mess. And in the
Wow.
video that I was watching, I'm floored. I'm thinking, I've never heard of this. Is this real? Everyone should know about this. And the man says in the video, interesting, isn't it? If words could have that effect on water, and we are 60% made of water, how much more can words affect us? And I just thought,
Mind blown.
positive words. I need positive words around me to affect this water. I was at work. I've got spreadsheets and calendars and sticky notes and all kinds of things around my desk. I'm thinking, I need positive words around me to affect this water. So then I was thinking, okay, I can Google an affirmation or a scripture. I need the perfect one. My handwriting sucks. Like, why don't people just make these? And that's when I got the idea for Vision Words, creating sticky notes with positive statements, positive messages, scriptures, affirmations, mantras that people can just stick anywhere, and where the words would pop out and it would be something simple that could stick with you throughout the day and that you could hold on to stay positive and inspired and motivated. And so that was the birth of Vision Words. It was in January of 2016, and I launched in September of 2016.
So that is amazing, amazing story. And I had to just move a bit here because I have your vision words here. And I have them all over. I keep, this one is success. I also have inspiration. No, what's it called? Faith, right? The ones that are about scriptures, right?
Yeah.
I have that, but I have, you can see with the lighting here, success.
Yeah.
And I love these. I have them, I put them all over my desk. I put them in my work area because exactly that, right? Affirmations are so powerful. And this is Vision Words by Martha. Success, realize your dreams, do what you love. I came to win. I love that one. And I have a couple of these pairs, and I have them all over in order to do that. Now, what resonated so much with Martha's story for me was that I believe, I did this, I had very similar experiences. Now, I believe that I've been manifesting things in my life too, so I strongly believe in the power of it. And when she told me the story about manifesting her husband, I was like, I did that. I manifested my partner. And I'm talking about exactly like you did, where I wrote down all these qualities. And I am telling you, it doesn't even take long because it was like a matter of weeks that I had met my partner after I wrote that.
Wow.
And I'm talking about every single quality. And I did that with my daughter as well. I did that with when she was going to be born. I did that how she was going to look. I'm telling you, my daughter looks exactly how I described that I wanted her to look. And
That's
it's amazing. So,
amazing.
I mean, if you, there's a couple of components. The first is, like you say, writing it down.
Mhm.
Writing things down is so, so powerful. But then it's the work. You have to put the work in to actually get it. You started researching, you started working with intent. I mean, that is absolutely necessary. And if anybody cannot just hear what you just said about the water, I mean, we are 60% made of water. I mean, can you imagine if, I mean, that example I hope that resonates in people because honestly, that's why positive self-talk, that's why affirmations are so important. That's why how you speak to yourself and how you speak to others and how others speak to you really, really matters. And it's really about taking control because what you did was take control, right? You took control of the wheel. You said, let me, how is it that I want this to go? And let me do the work.
Exactly. It's
Absolutely.
really powerful. Yeah, it's amazing to even think that the power of words can change the molecular structure of our body. If the molecular structure of the water was changed according to the word. So like you said, if you're
Absolutely.
giving out positive words and even giving yourself positive words, how you're making yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. So Martha, tell me, what do you see um what impact is it that you want to have? What impact do you want vision words to have on the community and on people?
I really want people to be able to use vision words in their everyday life to be able to, like I said, put these sticky notes on your mirror in your bathroom, in your bedroom, at work, on your monitor, on your computer, just wherever you can to be surrounded by positivity, to be inspired and empowered to be able to achieve your goals and dreams. And so, the power of words, the power of the written word, and just having a positive statement can make all the difference in the world. Because if you're brushing your teeth and you're looking at a positive statement, an encouraging statement, a motivating statement, you're going to go to work with a different outlook than if you're brushing your teeth and you're thinking about, oh, I just stubbed my toe and it's another day and I've got to go to work, as opposed to seeing that positive, encouraging, inspiring statement there on your mirror. And so you're going to react to people differently. And so the whole premise behind it is that it's going to change your day, which in turn will change your week, which will change your month, which will change your year, change your life. And that's the power of words. And just to be able to instill positive words in people and for them to share them with others. It's all, like you said, reciprocal. You put positive words within you, positive words are going to come out. And then that's how you build each other up. I think there's a quote by Mother Teresa that says, if you want to change the world, start at home. And so it's like, just whoever you're dealing with to be able to share that positivity, but it starts with you and then you're able to share it with those that are around you. It's been amazing because when I first created vision words, I did it with intent. I was very intentional on every statement, on every pack. There's 8 different categories. So you have success and the scripture pack. There's also be happy. There's believe in yourself.
I lost the sound.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Now I can. Yeah, I had lost the sound. Yeah.
And so I really was intentional and purposeful in wanting to inspire and empower people, but the feedback of what they've actually done has been amazing. beyond what I actually imagined and prayed for. I've had people write to me and say, my mother was just diagnosed with cancer. I'm putting the scripture notes all around the house to uplift her spirits. I've had people say, my friend is battling with depression. I gave her my pack so that she can put them all over her dresser mirror and, read these encouraging statements to herself while she's getting ready each morning. Another woman wrote to me and said that she had just undergone an accident at work and had a chronic pain that she could no longer write, and that she purchased the love notes so that she could put love notes all over her home because her husband was her caretaker, now that she could no longer go to work and whatnot. And just so many examples of ways that people are using them that I didn't even imagine. So I'm really blessed that they've been making such an impact. People from Australia to Berlin, all over the US. It's really been a blessing to be able to touch lives.
It's amazing. I mean, it's such a powerful tool and powerful gift that you're giving to these individuals, and it's really you're the creator of it. So it's an outpour out of the love that you have, but it has impacted so many people's lives in so many ways, right? It's amazing. So, what do you see next for Vision Words? Like, where do you want to take it?
So next, I am actually going to be a couple of things that's coming up, very exciting. First is expanding the categories that are offered. So as I mentioned, right now there's 8 categories, and this spring I'm going to be introducing 4 new categories. A lot of people have asked for sticky notes for kids. You can put them in their lunchbox or in their
Yeah.
bedroom. So I'm going to have a pack for kids, and I'm also going to have a pack for pregnancy and birth. When I was pregnant, I wrote a number of mantras and affirmations because I wanted to have this natural birth and just kind of calming my spirit about, the whole process of birth in general.
Yeah.
Very fearful, very scary for a lot of
Yeah.
women, and just a lot of, mantras about, my body was made for this, I open up naturally, things like that. So a pregnancy and birth pack that is really near to me because the ones that I wrote, my husband was reading them to me as I was going through my contractions with my first
That's
daughter.
beautiful.
So that pack is really personal. And then a pack on abundance and another pack on self-love, because the love pack that I have right now is romantic love notes, but this was going to
Hmm.
be self-love, self-care packs. So those new packs are going to be coming out this spring. And then in addition to that, I'm going to be producing a journal planner because I want to be able to write in a journal, but then also have my to-do list and my calendars all in one place. Like I mentioned, I'm all
Yeah.
about writing things down and lists and planning. And, you put something down on the calendar that you want to manifest. You want to manifest that vacation. You write it down in that
I love
calendar right
that.
there, and you journal about it, and it's all in one place. So I'm going to have that offered up. And I already expanded the line last year to include t-shirts and tank tops, some mugs, some cosmetic bags, and they all have positive statements on them. So yeah, it's really exciting.
That is, I love that. I love that. I can see that the 4 packs alone are gonna definitely be everywhere because it's for my pregnancy journey. I worked with a EFT therapist, which is emotion. I don't know if you're familiar with the emotional freedom technique, and
Yeah.
a lot of it is using affirmations, like you just mentioned, and really setting your environment up for it, because it is, it's such a scary process for women, and we may not talk about it, or it's not as really publicized, but it's so scary.
Hmm.
So much is going on when you're pregnant, and while it's supposed to be this very natural thing, one, if you've never gone through it, but even if you have, every pregnancy is different.
That's
And so
right.
it's through this whole process, and it really is a scary and very emotional, and very just a series of different things that happen for pregnancy. So I think that is so great, everything, and for kids, absolutely, and for self-love. So I can't wait. But the journal, I'm very excited about, because I too like to journal and like to have to-do lists. So I think that putting that in one, it is great, a great idea. I mean, I can see that just really going everywhere. Are you planning to like have your product sold in like different stores? I mean, like even just this kind of like, I go to like pharmacies and I'm always getting a journal, but like if I see your journal, like I would love to pick that up and get that everywhere.
Yes, definitely. Right now, I have been in a couple of boutiques. I was in a gift shop in Queens, another gift shop in Texas, and just, a boutique in Chicago, and a number of different, small gift shops and boutiques, bookstores. But that's what I'm manifesting this year. I am manifesting a retail chain. So I'm looking at Papyrus or Paper Source. And a couple of others, but definitely. Oh, I've also was in a meditation center in Los Angeles. They were selling vision words in their store too.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of, because of the different categories, there's different outlets as well. So I'm looking at, the love notes could be at the checkout at David's Bridal, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I'm definitely looking at retail stronger this year than in the past, because in the past it's been with the small shops, but now I'm going to look into like major chains.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see them. I really just see vision words being like a household item, like something that everybody has access to. And like, I just see this being in the shelves and so many things. And it's crazy, it's your business, but I myself for you am manifesting like such a vision of where I can see this because I just feel that the impact that it has to make. And I just feel like this has to get out. Like it has to be everywhere. Like everybody needs to have access and be able to see this and like, go to a drugstore and see this and pick it up. There's so much stuff out there that is not as valuable as this would be,
Thank
in your
you.
life. So I
Yeah.
really see so many amazing things for you and what you're creating here. And it really is exciting. It really is exciting. So tell us, for now, where can we get it? Where can people have access to it now?
Yes, the easiest place to get it is on the website, which is visionwords.co, and you just order online. And if there are a number of people, I'm sure that you work with a lot of entrepreneurs yourself that are doing events and whatnot. I also have wholesale pricing, so there's the contact email right there on the website. If they want to buy 50 or more, the wholesale pricing is available for large orders of 50 or more as well.
Nice, great, um, wonderful. And so, what advice? I think for last, what advice would you have for somebody that's just having a dream or thinking about starting their own venture? What advice would you have for them?
A couple of things. I would say, one, don't hesitate. The journal that I spoke of, I've been talking about this journal for over a year. And now when I think about it, I'm like, oh, well, if I had released it a year ago, that would have been a year of revenue, like money
Yeah,
coming in from this journal. But, everything, I do believe in divine timing, but I also believe in inspired and radical action. And once you have that idea, it's like, God gives us ideas for a reason. And lots of times we might get an idea. I was just talking to a friend of mine about this. We might get an idea and we're like, oh, I got this like great idea. I want to do something. I'm going to wait for a sign to see if I really should do it. Well, no, the sign was that you got the idea. So you go
right.
ahead and do it. And the thing about life is you start it, you put it out there, you can always change it. There's nothing set in stone that you have to keep it the same. People get so caught up in, the logo and the colors and like, just start. That's the main thing. Just
Yeah.
start. Get it out there. Obviously you want it to be quality, but you get it out there and you get going. And then if you change your mind and you can make tweaks and changes as you go along. And the other thing is that I would just make sure that everything is done with intention and with purpose behind it, but with a set of faith and belief. I believed so strongly that these sticky notes were going to change people's lives, and they have. And so, whatever it is that you're doing, and that can go for anything, it doesn't have to be, something like, the power of words. It could be doing someone's hair, because doing someone's hair does change their life. They feel
Right.
different. leave with more confidence. They're able to walk, go into work feeling good about themselves, doing someone's nails. If you want to start, a boutique, the clothing that people wear empowers them. So whatever the business idea is, I just encourage you to do it with intention, with faith that you're going to help and change lives, and get started. Get started today.
Yes. So lastly, I think that you make it look easy. I'll tell you that, because you make it look like you just had this idea, you just wrote this down, and boom, right? Was it easy? Is it easy? Like creating vision words, doing it right now. Is it easy?
No. So that's the thing. One of the things I mentioned about the journal. So I had the idea of the journal and I still didn't do it. Another example is, I had an idea to do a vision board party and a workshop, and for 2 years I didn't do it. And this year I finally did. I had an intention setting workshop where we set our intentions for the year. I had a 30-page workbook, and all of these things aren't necessarily easy, but they're doable, right? So you might, and even when I tell my manifestation story about the $20,000, people are like, oh, well, I need money, I need to, and that happened to me once. It's not like it's happening to me every week. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm still growing and learning as well. But the thing is to always know that you can be in that place and in that vibration of what you want. So if you want to start a business, and like I said, I got the idea for Vision Words. I remember when I saw that video about Dr. Emoto, the Japanese scientist, it was January 5th. My website didn't launch until September, because I had to do a bunch of research. I had never started a company before. I did a bunch of market research. I had to find a graphic designer, because I'm not a graphic designer. I had to
Right.
find a website designer. I had to find people to help me. And so it took, I thought, oh, January, I got this idea. I'll launch in May. No, I launched in September, and that's okay. And that's the thing too, is to be graceful with yourself and give yourself that grace and that time, but take action. And that's one of the greatest things. I had this moment about a year and a half ago. My father passed, and I came home from the funeral. It was in California. And I was kind of feeling down on myself about the fact that I had kind of let business slip away a little bit for about a month. And I was like, oh, I should be further ahead. I should be doing more. And out of nowhere, it wasn't out of nowhere. My husband put it there, but I didn't even realize he had access to them. I saw a sticky note on the mirror in the bathroom, and it said, "Strive for progress, not perfection."
Yeah.
And it flooded over me, because first of all, I didn't expect to see that. He put it there, and he put it there not really knowing what I was thinking or what I was
Right.
going through, but it just really spoke to me. Something so simple: strive for progress, not perfection. Not thinking I should be further along, or I should be this, or I should be that. When we hear the word deadline, I'm giving myself this deadline. No one's going to die. There's no
Yeah.
death. You don't give yourself a deadline. Give yourself, goals and intentions, and set time for manifesting. But if it doesn't happen in that timing, know that everything does happen in perfect timing, and that as long as we're progressing, progress is better than perfection. You just go moving forward, because no, it hasn't been easy, but it's been a blessing, and it's been great, and I continue to strive to progress more and do more as I can. Yeah.
Right. And how about, so people that feel like they have obstacles, right? Like, I don't have the money to start a business. I don't have the money for a web design. I don't have, they get stuck on the little details, and it stops them from really, going forward. Or exactly like you said, like, been doing this and I'm not seeing results. What would you tell those individuals?
I would tell those individuals to really evaluate what they're putting into it. And because lots of times we tend to make those types of statements when we're not necessarily doing everything that we can. We're kind of doing the surface. And if you truly have, researched every single possibility, I mean, there's Google, there's YouTube, there's Pinterest, there's Facebook, and there's Facebook groups. And within these Facebook groups, there's people who are looking can I do your website for a discounted price because I need to up my portfolio because they're trying to start their business. There's different ways of finding things out. And so being open to, whatever your higher power is, whatever you listen to, get quiet and be able to hear those whispers of what inspired action to take. I'm really a firm believer that if we just, get quiet sometimes and really listen, then an idea will come. Like I've been collecting those mugs since 1994. I
Yeah.
never once thought about selling them, but that idea came to me. It just came to me to, find out about them. And this was, I had them on my shelf for years. So that little voice saying, try this, or here's an idea, or try. And sometimes we try and shut it down and like, oh, that won't work. Or, oh, well, I have this idea, but then we don't step out on faith and we don't step out and take that inspired action. And to be patient. It takes time sometimes, but just be patient and continue, don't give up. That's a big one. Don't give up.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I mean, this has been so inspiring, honestly. Like I say, everything I do out here, I do it for me as well. But, my Motivated Hustler Mondays are really for people to find the inspiration, to see, to be talking, be having access to, entrepreneurs like you that are following their dreams, that are stepping into their purpose, and for them to see and take a look like, hey, they do it, I could do it, right? They're doing it, I could do it. And know the story and know the truth about it, right? That is not, everything is not perfect, everything is not polished, and that we are all just individuals working it out. And so that's really what I hope that everybody takes away from Motivated Hustler Mondays. And I really thank you so much, Martha. I mean, your words, literally your words, and just this interview right now and your time really honestly helps and inspires me. It empowers and motivates me to continue on my journey as well. And I honestly see just the world for you. I see the world opening up for you, and I really want everybody to have access to such a wonderful gift, because that's how I see it. You're giving people a gift of them believing in themselves, a gift of, of support, a gift of them really knowing that they can do it and that everything is within them. So thank you for your gift, and thank you for believing in yourself and following in your footsteps and your purpose, in order for all of us to have what you're giving and having
you
it.
so much. I
Thank
appreciate your
you.
kind words. Thank you. Thank you for your time as well. It's been wonderful speaking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Likewise. So again, everybody check out Martha at visionwords.co. Make sure that you definitely follow her also on her IG and Facebook. And just stay tuned. And of course, get some vision words, load them up in your house, put them in your bathroom, put them in your mirror, in your bedroom as you get ready. Put them at your work area for sure. I'm telling you, they really inspire and empower you. They really keep you going. It's like she said, one day you're going through whatever emotion, and you look up and there's this message. And I mean, that is absolutely divine, to really have a message when you need it, a push when you need it. I mean, there are no words that can really express that. So really do get out there and get it. Visionwords.co. And of course, always stay tuned. Subscribe to Reaching Heights. And thank you. Remember, together we rise, y'all.
Yes.